Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Misty, and in today's video I'm just going to share some of my current favorite things with you guys. Before we get into these favorites, I do want to say make sure that you hit the like button for more content just like this if you enjoy it, and the subscribe button is there. Hit that red button if you would like to see more future homeschooling videos from me. Now let's talk about some favorites. First and foremost, this video is probably going to be titled something like November favorites, something like that. I don't plan to do these every month, but I did want to kind of give you guys an update on some of our current favorites. And this doesn't revolve 100% around homeschool, but it does revolve around homeschool, family, and me as the mother who often needs recharged as a homeschooling and homemaking mother. Now, most of these today don't have like tangible items. There's only one technically tangible item today. Correction, there are two tangible items. I need to go get the second one. Be right back. Okay, so the very first favorite I would like to discuss is a YouTube channel. I wrote down the Art Hub for Kids, but I'm pretty sure it's the Kids Art Hub. Something like that. I'll link it down below. But basically, it is a YouTube channel where your child can learn to draw step by step, and they really break it down into a way that your child can understand and digest on their level. Digest, I said that word weird. They can understand and digest on their level. I love to use this channel when my daughter really wants some art and I'm just too exhausted to deal with either the cleanup of art or creating art. Sometimes I'm just too tired. And this channel is great for that because all the girls will sit down and the younger ones will not technically draw. But my oldest will draw according to the videos. The two younger ones just do their scribbles. Yeah, my oldest is excited. Every time we do these videos, I let her pick which art picture she's going to do. And she has had a ton of fun. I wish I had her latest drawing here, but she actually took it to bed last night. And she did the cutest little fox. I shared it on Instagram on my stories. So I don't know if you'll see it by the time you see this video. But she drew, actually her cinnamon rolls right here on the ground. She threw it on the floor. The girls hung out with Daddy down here last night while I worked, so there's mess to clean up. But this is her cinnamon rolls that she drew from the channel, and they're so cute. So yeah, this channel gives great options. This was part of the, I want to say it was part of the fall and Thanksgiving section, and Savannah actually picked to do this one. Vivi picked the fox yesterday. That's what we did. And she's done some of the other ones like the scary cat for Halloween and, you know, various ones like that. So it's been a great channel lately that we have been loving as a little addition. Not every single day, but here and there. This next item is thanks to Tasha Pivots. And I always have her link down below in the Homeschool Mamas I recommend. So go to the Dropbox and you can find her there. But this book is called Heart and Soul, the Story of American and African American Studies, written by Kadir Nelson. And let me tell you about this book. We haven't even read it yet, okay? Because I plan to get Tasha's curriculum and I'm going to go through it myself before I introduce it to my daughter. So I haven't read it yet, but here's what's amazing. My daughter, because I have it set out, I have books around the house for them to look at, and this is one of the ones I set out. My daughter has clung to this book and she has went in and found photos, like for example, like this one here. She sat down and asked me and her father what these pictures meant. So here it says Headquarters for Colored Women Voters. So we discussed the history of voter rights and how that went for women and people of color. And we just got into that history with her. We got into a lot of really deep conversations that maybe we wouldn't have discussed just yet. Now, granted, she is 5, almost 6. We don't go too descriptive about the violence and everything like that, but we definitely don't hide from explaining the heaviness of the history. We don't sugarcoat that minorities are treated and were treated specific ways. Those things we make sure she knows, but we don't want to go too in depth just yet because, like I said, she is 5 years old and you just don't want to take away that innocence too young. But she definitely has an understanding of basic things like racism, segregation. We've touched on just different subjects around this and how it has played out in history, and this has just been a great addition to help with that. and I cannot wait to purchase Fervor. I have to wait to purchase it just because, if you guys know, we're not spending a ton of money right now until we have some huge house things done. Once that is all done, I'm definitely buying the curriculum and reading this along with it. I will have this linked down below as well. It's a super affordable book. I paid like $7 for it, $8, something like that. So go get it. Okay, so the third thing I want to talk about, the third thing I want to talk about is the Silly Goose, what is it? Silly Goose Co. or Club? Let me see. Silly Goose Kids, Silly Goose Co. Okay, so it is Silly Goose Co. And I'm going to do a more in-depth video on this company, so I won't talk too much, but if you're looking for fun flashcards, this is a great option. They come in a really nice size too. This one I haven't even opened, it just came in the mail. But as you can see, compared to my hand here, the size of the cards. And so I have the fall set, which is really cute. Let me open it for you guys. So this fall set focuses on numbers, and it has, like, on one side it'll be the numbers. I don't know if you can see that, but on one side it's the numbers. Hopefully it'll focus. It's the numbers, and it also is like the dotted system so that your kid can trace it. So it goes over numbers. So one fall leaf. This is a 5 set of mushrooms, 6 apples. They're out of order because my kids have been playing with them, but yeah, 3 pumpkins. And so they can work on tracing, looking at the numbers. You can, actually, she has created, where did she put that? Is it on her Instagram? She's created almost like little games that you can play so that it's not just so straightforward where you're like, okay, trace one and here's a leaf, which is fine, that works. But she's already created different ways to use the cards and do games. I will link her Etsy store down below, her Instagram handles, things like that, so that you can go check her out. But yeah, this fall set is really cute. Not to mention it came with this little dry erase marker. Every set you buy comes with a little dry erase marker, which I think is a nice, cute little detail to come with it. This one is a shape set, and the one I just got is colors. I was going to save a lot of this for the other video, but that's fine. I'll still do that separate video to kind of talk about why I like to support the company. And here are the little color cards. So obviously we can go over colors. We can also, the great thing is it works for all the ages. Savannah's working on colors as a preschooler. Vivi's working on spelling. So once again, we have tracing going on here. And on the backs, it has these little adorable photos. So for the red, there's a little piggy. Oh, I see how that goes. Okay, so you can play a matching game too. So on the opposite side, there is like a pink picture of a pig. So then we would go find the pink and do that. And the orange has blue clouds on the back. You would have your kids pull the blue card. That is adorable. So there's another way to use these cards. I didn't even realize that when I bought them. I just saw that they were card colors and I wanted them. But go check her out. Very affordable, and I'm pretty sure shipping is included in the cost. So check out those flashcards if you're looking for some fun little ideas to add to your homeschooling. Or even if you're not homeschooling, if you just want cool flashcards for your kids to play with, go check her out. Okay, the thing about off-the-shoulder shirts is they always fall down or slide up. It's annoying. I don't know why I wore this shirt. But anyways, okay, on to the next item. The next item technically is tangible, but it's upstairs and too big to carry. We have a second one down here that needs repaired, but we are loving our record player. Yes, we have a record player for those old vinyl records from way back in the day, before I was born. I remember the first time I seen a record player, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was large CDs. And that ages me too, because what are CDs now? Our kids wouldn't know. And yeah, we're having fun with that. So we do one of two things. First of all, I'll put it on just because it relaxes me. There's something about that soulful sound that it gives off, like the old record player sound. But even beyond that, what we do as a family is we will put the record player on, and we often do something like put a fake fireplace on the TV using YouTube, and we will either dance around to the music and have some fun as a family, or we'll all just chill out on the couch. We'll be talking. Vivi's really into having a conversation. She wants to be an adult so bad. So we'll have conversations with the girls and just have the music playing, a more mellow record usually for that. But I'm loving it, and it's giving me an opportunity to hear some of my favorite older artists in a different way, because usually I'm on like iTunes getting, you know, my music in, like Billie Holiday and different people. And I love that era of music. And so now I found the other day an Ella Fitzgerald record for a good price, and I got it, and I've been listening to it. I've got the Supremes. I bought Chubby Checker to introduce the girls to some old dances, and we just have a variety of things to play on the record player, and we are really thoroughly enjoying it. So I would recommend that. If you guys don't have a record player, get one. They're really fun. Just be careful with those little hands. The toddler already broke the needle. Actually, matter of fact, the other record player I have sitting way over here in the room, my 5-year-old broke literally within 5 minutes of it being in the house. She opened it up and just like rips up the, I don't even know the parts, but whatever the stick is that the needle would be on. And she broke something internally. I've tried to fix it myself, following some tutorials. It didn't work. So I've got to go to a professional to get that one fixed. And then the little one put her hands on the new one, and it was actually a funny incident, but that's for another time. And she broke the needle off. So now I've had to learn to replace the needle. So now I'm an engineer. Okay. Not really. It was like the simplest fix ever. It really is simple to fix a needle on a record player. But yes, we're loving it. So I am thoroughly fulfilled with my record player. And it gives the girls great exposure. They're now listening to jazz, blues, classical, Motown, so many different things. And I plan to add more. So it's really great that the girls can have an opportunity to see more than just Disney songs and Kids Bop. And I have two more things to talk about. The next thing we are enjoying is family walks. It's that nice fall weather. Actually, it's been really nice this week. It's been in the 70s and 80s, which is really weird for where we live. It's usually 50s, 60s right now, but it's been nice temperatures, and we will walk all the way into the 50s, maybe the 40s, depending on the other elements going on. But we have been enjoying family walks, and what this looks like is my husband's working too much, honestly, to join us on these. Though sometimes we do like little neighborhood walks with him when he gets off work. But we'll go to my sister's house, pick her up, and we'll go to a local track near her house. Okay, hello. Per usual, the camera died. Ugh, this camera. Anyways, this is why I like to film with my big camera, but at the same time, the big camera takes so much work to set up. Okay, where we're at, family walks. I pick up my sister, we go to a local track, and we hang out. It's me and the girls and my sister. We walk the track, get some, you know, some low intensity movement going, and the girls will do things to wear themselves out, like play red light, green light, play Simon Says. And so we talk and we have family time. And this is a track where honestly, nobody's really there during the hours we're there. There are some people, but like it's few and far between. So it's just nice to feel normal for once. Like it feels normal. I don't have to worry about putting on a mask and staying so many feet away from somebody, blah, blah, blah. Like it's so nice to just get out in the open air and to feel like everything's normal. And the last thing is, oh my gosh, the Life-Giving books by Sally Clarkson. I don't have them tangible because I read ebooks. I'd rather just keep everything electronic instead of having like a house full of books that I feel bad getting rid of, because what if I want to read them again? So electronically, I can keep them forever. And they compress into a tiny space that's invisible to my house. But yes, Tori from Oglesby, Ohana, I've been in her subscription, and she had us read the Life-Giving Table. And funny enough, I thought I got the Life-Giving Table. I didn't get the Life-Giving Table. I got the Life-Giving Home. I had no idea there was a series. So I was reading this book, and it was getting so good. And I was talking to Tori about it, and then she was like, wait. And she said something like, wait, did you say this? And I was like, oh, I have the wrong book. It hit me that I was reading the entirely wrong book. The good thing was the Life-Giving Table and the Life-Giving Home are two separate books that both hold their own weight, and they're really great books. I finished the Life-Giving Table. I'm still working on the Life-Giving Home, but yeah, they're really good books. They feed your soul, and they just make you look at scripture a little different. Like I don't know, I've never taken scripture and applied it in some of the ways that Sally Clarkson does into everyday living and creating that environment that makes you want to be home and to feel loved and nurtured and rested. And I don't know, I've never seen it the way that she sees it, and it's opening my eyes in a new way. And it's so funny because I told Tori, I said, I'm not naturally the host. Like I don't invite people over for dinner. I don't know if that's because we have a small home or if it's just because I genuinely don't like to invite people over. I don't know. Until we have a bigger kitchen or space for people to be over, I wouldn't know, because we have a galley style kitchen. It's super skinny and honestly it only fits us. This book opened up my eyes a little more to the idea of hosting and meal times and what fellowship it really can bring. Like you hear that all the time, blah, blah, blah. Like I mean, I'm in the church world. I hear that. I hear like fellowship thrown around and, you know, all these words about feasting together. And I know this sounds horrible. I sound so sarcastic. But I don't know, I've never clicked with it. I've been like, okay, we're eating and talking, but I mean, I don't know, like that's as much as I've seen it as. But this book has really stopped and made me think about like what could be accomplished in these moments of just simple life. Like it doesn't have to be even profound. And that's the thing I've never understood. Like when people throw around conversations about fellowship while eating, I've always been like, I don't know, I'm never drawn to super profound things. Like I want simplicity, and I believe there's a lot of depth and a lot of learning and growth and spirituality in the simple parts of life. And so when people try to make eating meals together so profound, I just was never interested. But with this book, I've stopped and realized, like, I think she feels the same way. It doesn't ever have to be a profound, overly spiritual experience. Like, and that's how I always seen it when like the church says we're having fellowship. Like I always seen it as a really spiritual thing. And sometimes it is, to be honest. Like sometimes it feels very curated in a sense of the fellowship being way too spiritually intense, and I'm not a fan of that. I prefer to be practical and eased into, and that's kind of what Sally Clarkson is about. She isn't about being overly religious to the point that you're stiff and rigid and everything is so hit on the nail with spirituality. Like it doesn't have to be like that. It's everyday life and things come up, and where is God in the everyday randomness that comes up? So I really like her because Sally Clarkson totally gets my heart of simplicity. I don't like overly profound things. I don't need 20 years to get through understanding the depth of something. I like it in bite-sized pieces as they come. Why am I not looking at the camera? Sorry guys. I like it in bite-sized pieces as they come, and I just don't need the extra. I don't. I just want it to make sense and to apply to everyday life. And this book has opened my eyes to understanding that that's what hosting and fellowship and feasting together can be. And that's really nice to kind of have that validated and to see it's just as good as the overly spiritual. To me, it's better than the overly spiritual, to be honest. All right, I will also link those books down below, but those are my favorites right now. And beyond that, Grey's Anatomy starts today. I'll be watching it tomorrow on Hulu, but that's another favorite. Like, Grey's Anatomy is back. All right, but thank you guys so much for watching this favorites video. I hope you found it entertaining or you found something in it that you would like to check out. And if that's the case, make sure you hit the thumbs up so I know you enjoyed this video. And don't forget to hit the red subscribe button down below if you're brand new so you can stay up to date with all the other videos on this channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have fun homeschooling. Bye.